Aviwe, can you tell us what's the latest this morning?
Well, Annalie, we're basically expecting the third suspect, in fact, to appear here at the Protea Magistrate Court. We understand that on Tuesday, a police watchdog, IPID, in fact, arrested this SAPS officer basically on charges of defeating the ends of justice as well as possession of prohibited ammunition. You understand that he's expected to appear here today, but previously last week we saw two more suspects, in fact, who are involved in this case being appearing at this particular court. They, of course, were charged with the murder of Nathaniel Julies, basically, which the state believes was premeditated, as well as defeating the ends of justice, as well as possession of prohibited ammunition, as well as discharging firearm in a public area. I understand that case, in fact, they've been remanded in custody, and they'll then appear on the 10th of August. Basically, one of the accused, Kaylin Whiteboy, 20-year-old female, basically didn't have a representative on that day, and the magistrate felt that she needed to consult, in fact, and have that representation given the seriousness of this particular matter. But the other accused number one, that's Simon Scorpion Jalavan, a 46-year-old officer, basically did have representation but will also appear on the 10th of September. We're expecting this particular appearance not to be long, and in fact the magistrate just giving directive at what's going to happen next.
Aviwe, earlier last week and this week we saw protests from community members in Eldorado Park, a strong presence at the court when those first two suspects appeared. What is the community action like today? Are they grouping at the court to demonstrate and protest?
It's been fairly quiet this morning, Annalie. In fact, there are no representative or community members that have come here today. You'd understand even the appearance that we saw on Monday. There were buses, in fact, that took them essentially from Eldorado Park, taking them to this particular court. And, of course, they wanted no bail. In fact, some of the stipulations that they wanted here, and we understand those two officers, 46-year-old Scorpion Yalevane, as well as 23-year-old female officer, Kaylin Whiteboy, have remanded in custody, and in fact the state is most likely to oppose bail for all three, in fact, police officers from Eldorado Park police station.
Aviwe, this third suspect not facing exactly the same charges as those first two suspects. I believe the charge of murder is missing from this charge sheet. Do you think the state is likely to still oppose bail, given that the seriousness of the involvement of this third suspect is of a lesser degree?
We'll have to wait and see, Annalie, basically from the state. We understand that he's not being charged with murder, which the state believes was premeditated, as well as discharging a firearm in a public municipal area. In fact, in conversations that I've been having with the family, I remember speaking to Bridget Harris, who is Nathaniel Julies' mother, basically saying that he wanted all four policemen, in fact, to account and appear in court to face basically the music of their deeds. And it seems like the state is, in fact, an IPID, the police watchdog, is looking into all the matters, seeing that the third officer has been, in fact, charged, basically, and will be appearing here today.
Aviwe, lastly, before I let you go, what is the significance of the charge of being in possession with prohibited ammunition? Give us some more detail around that.
This is one of the conversations I had with the NPA spokeswoman on Monday, basically, who told me that the ammunition that they use it's believed that that ammunition was banned back in 2006 already. So that would tell you the veracity against that particular charge. In understanding, in fact, to people that I was speaking to, experts basically telling me that that specific ammunition, when it inserts your body, it actually opens up and, in fact, leaves a wound as it exits your body, basically. So that's the charge, in fact, and the way that they describe it, the severity of it, understanding that that specific ammunition has been banned back in 2006 already. So that will tell you at least the veracity of the charges that these police officers are facing.
And I'm sure that would mean that IPID is surely investigating why these officers were in possession of this ammunition and why that's still being possibly distributed to members of the SAPS.
They're also looking into why, in fact, they tempered with the investigation process. You'd understand that on the day that Nathaniel Julies was shot last Wednesday, in fact, at about 8:30, these police officers allegedly dragged the body out of the truck that he was under. Dragged that body, chucked him inside a van, then went and dropped him off at the Borough Hospital. Coming back, in fact, to understand in the eyewitnesses' accounts that we've spoken to, coming back to basically just cover that scene, the blood of Nathaniel Julies, 16-year-old, he had Down syndrome, basically, with soil there. Basic tempering with the evidence, something that the IPID boss came strongly against, suggesting that she gave strong words to the police commander, in fact, at the Eldorado Park police station, asking why have they been interfering, in fact, with that crime scene.
Right, thank you very much. We're going to leave it right there. Aviwe Mtila coming to us from the courtroom where the third suspect is today appearing in the murder of Nathaniel Julies.